First and foremost, we want to say call halal.
Hello, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakakwadash.
We want to say double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to you brothers out there pushing the word of sincerity and truth. This is Great Millstone Dallas coming back with another live class session. Don't worry about what we got in the red cups. Focus on the scriptures. Right. But today what we want to do is do a kind of a current events and just kind of go over prophecies, some news, touch on some things, kind of be like an algo update. But I got all these brothers with me, man, so we'll be able to bring out a lot more points. Lord willing, is edifying. Let's start off with Romans.
That's right here. This is Romans 13 and 11. It says, and that knowing at the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Now it's time to wake out of sleep because we're coming into the end of the end. We're in the last days of the last days. So there's an urgency with rising up in the spirit. There's an urgency with coming into the light of wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That you may be guided in your path, that you may be protected in the dark times that are going to befall the earth, especially Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great is America. Don't listen to these other false prophets that are trying to tell you that Babylon the Great is not America. Babylon the Great, when you go into the book of Revelation and you read about it, is talking about America. This is that beast system that's come back. Ancient Rome was that dragon that you read about in the book of Revelation, but this is the dragon, that beast system rising up again. That's Babylon the Great, the whore that rideth upon the beast. And we're going to get that in Revelation 17 chapter. And it says on her head was written Mystery Babylon. That is America.
That's right.
Okay, and so when we see these skirmishes that are happening, we understand that that's just wars and rumors of wars, but it's going to culminate to this whore being brought into a battle that's going to end the whole world in the Valley of Jehoshaphat.
That's right. That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
So we're just leading up to certain things. This thing that's happening with Russia and Ukraine is just leading up to something. Okay?
I got something for you.
Let's go, champ.
This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 26. It says, actually I started verse 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor.
So now when they talk about seeking peace, what was very likely to happen, you're going to have Russia take over a certain portion of Ukraine, topple their government, they're going to wait out things out, then they'll have these peace talks, and out of the peace talks, it'll be some type of regulation, rules and regulations. You know what I mean? Usually that's what we don't know. Sanctions, but it's still going to just continue to be wars and rumors and ceasefire agreement.
Right.
And the ceasefire agreement is violated until it's just an all-out fight. All right?
Continuing on, it says, then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priests, and counsel from the ancients. You know, and that latter part of the verse is going into when the Lord takes away his prophets from off the streets, man. You know, when there's going to be a famine of the word that's going to take place, because things are going to get so drastically bad that people are going to be looking for the answers. They're going to be trying to figure out what's going on. You see? Because right now, people are still in the sense whereas they can play games. People are still in the sense of where here in America, you can, like you always say, Elder, you can always you can still go to Starbucks. You know, you can still do these things. You can still do that thing. You know, you can still do that, whatever that thing may be. But here very soon, all the fun and games is going to stop here in America, man. That's all I had.
Right.
I think I put a space in G.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
That's it. It's gonna be Gotham City out here. You ain't gonna be able to just go watch Batman. You know?
Yeah.
Pretty soon. I'll finish this off here in Romans if that was it. This is back in Romans 13 and 12. It says, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light.
That armor of light is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Everything that comes along with spiritual discernment. Learning how to navigate through this world in the spirit and willpower of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's what we got to put on. You put it on by coming and you take heed of His word and you live your life according to what the Most High is telling you. You navigate yourself according to what He spoke before, the prophecies. Okay? With that prudence. Because you're going to need it in that time.
That's right.
To avoid the MOTB, the mark of the beast, all these things that are set to befall the world. If you're not rooted in this word, you'll get caught up in that time.
That's right.
And we don't want to be caught up.
Kind.
We heard this word and we were terrified.
That's right.
And it caused us to change. That's right. And so that's what we're here to do. It's a confession. How about you, Shah? But our word should terrify you into change. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay.
And we've been warned. That's why there ain't gonna be no cloak for our, for our sins. Because the warning is right here. We just got to take advantage of this opportunity of grace.
Right.
It's only 2 more verses. I'll just read the rest of the chapter. Verse 13, it says, "Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. But put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof." And it's a constant battle between the spirit and the flesh. Those are the things that we have. That's really a condition of the battle. We just have to basically put this flesh in subjection to the spirit that we may prevail. That we'll be stable in the time to come. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our time.
Yes. How do you put on Yahweh Shah? How do you put on the elect? Do you put it on? Is it this garment like the brother, one of the young brothers just got a garment today? And we say, oh, now you ain't naked. Well, is that true? No. Really, you're putting on the characteristics and the mindset. You're putting on that value. You're putting on that integrity. Okay? You want to put on the fruits of the Spirit should be on you, and it should be active with how you move, how you talk. Okay?
It's just to land back on what the elder was mentioned. This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 13. "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel, preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High."
Right. So all of these things, and like we use analogies like video games. When you start a game, you start off with a regular common sword, right? A regular a wooden shield. Right? A rusty helmet. But what happens as you conquer demons and you gain experience? What happens to your armor? It gets upgraded. So this armor that you're putting on, as you experience life and you filter it through the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shah, your armor gets improved. Your swords get sharper. You start now you get the epic helmet of glory. The, golden shield of the lost tombs, whatever. No, then what happens? And so it's the same thing in this, where you come into this truth at a certain place, but you haven't experienced life in the truth, right? So now as you experience life in the truth, you begin to be upgraded. Right now we're in a time of war preparation. So here, as you learn this, you live your life, you make moves, your discernment gets better. It's preparing you for a battle. Do you want to have the wooden sword of doubt? The wooden shield of iniquity? Or do you want the glimmering golden diamond shield of faith? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta get it in.
That's right.
Okay.
You got something like
I got Revelation 16 and 15. "Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garment, lest he walk naked and they see his shame." Going to the second one that I had. Isaiah 33:6. "Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Behold, their valiant ones shall cry without. The ambassadors of peace shall weep bitterly."
When you have wisdom and knowledge, it brings security in your mind. I remember when I first started to practice in my job. I'm a dentist. And in the first 6 months, all hell broke loose. Like, I had a person faint, somebody had a seizure, and I was like, I didn't have the experience, But when I would go to the senior doctor, and he'd be like, "That's not a big deal, don't worry about it." Why? Because he had knowledge and wisdom. Right? He was stable. With me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get sued. It's over, man. You know. You know, but now I have younger ones under me. They coming to my office. Like, what are you gonna do with this? I'm like, just do this. Oh, thank you so much. Oh man, I didn't know what to do. Right. You don't want to be that way in this truth when all hell breaks loose, where you just don't know what the hell to do. Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of your time and strength of your salvation. Get into this word, build yourself up, man. That way, when trouble comes, you're not frantic. You're not frantic when S is hitting the fan. Okay?
I got something real quick.
Let's go, champ.
This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. And it reads, "For the Most High hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love."
Fear of what? What type of fear is being talked about here? Fear of circumstance. Not fear of the Heavenly Father. Fear of circumstances. Fear of jail, death, whatever, loss, right? Imprisonment. Okay? Maybe your children being taken. Whatever fear of these worldly circumstances that we think about. As we become more stable in this truth, we lose that fear because we know if I lose my children, the Most High is going to give me children back. If I go to prison, the Most High can bring me out. If I get killed, the Most High can raise me up. Man. And so you lose that fear.
Right. Come. It says, "But of power and of love and of a sound mind." And when you look at all those in a nutshell, that quantifies having a sound mind. Putting off that spirit of fear, putting on the power. That's what comes after losing that spirit of carnal fear. You know, when you put on that power, Salakia, you don't fear anything. All right? If it ain't obviously outside of the realm of what the Lord can do, you don't fear what man got to do. All right? And obviously we're in this flesh, so we have those certain moments and such. But when you actually walking in the spirit, putting off the flesh, putting more on the spirit, that level of fear shrinks. All right? Even the Apostle Paul spoke it in Philippians 4:10. It says, "Be careful for nothing, but in all things let thy requests be known." You know, so that comes with being a servant of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, especially in these times that's coming. You hear news, rumors here and there, the possibilities of what if. And I kid you not, every single last one of us that are in this room, I believe that every one of us can say wholeheartedly without a doubt, when all that stuff happened, the Lord still had us sustained. People was losing their jobs, the jump shot, the jab was getting pushed, brothers held rooted in faith, and now look, we all
got
still
promotion.
here. That's right.
Most brothers, a lot of brothers got raises.
Exactly.
No jab needed.
Yeah, straight up.
I need all of that. You know?
That was it.
Right. And so yeah, it's beautiful. What you got, brothers?
This is Psalms 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide
Looking all in y'all kitchen right now.
under the shadow of the Almighty.
I was just playing. Go ahead.
Psalms 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Most High. And that goes with what we're talking about, the armor. You know, this truth. That's the secret place, right? And I will say, and I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress and my power, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver me from the snare of the fowler and from the noiseless pestilence. And that's what's coming. That's talking about the destruction, the daughter of Babylon that's coming. So this is the secret place, this truth. Coming into this knowledge, this wisdom, and understanding, it gives you that armor, you know, where it takes away the fear of the world, you know. So this is the thing that's important, you know. So,
Right.
I just got a quick one. This is one verse. Romans 8:31. It says, "What shall we then say to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us?" And I was just backing up Sha'ar. You know, that's the question you got to pose to yourself, and you got to really believe that. You got to have that attitude. You know, all through the Spirit, humbly, of course, if you representing that fear, if that fear is being applied, because the fear of the Most High is what? The beginning of wisdom, right? Because we read, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the time, so it all starts with that fear. You know, that's how you level up in the armory too, through that fear. And then, of course, there's a process of experience as well. You know,
That's what it's called in video games, called experience points.
right?
You know, you get particular points for experience.
You're gonna go through things, man. You need to. Bad things are gonna happen to you. It's the way that, and it's going to make you go back to Yahweh Shem Shah if you have integrity.
Yeah.
You struggle is promised, right? This walk is obedience through struggle.
That's right.
Obedience through pain. You're putting off this world for the next one to come.
Wow. Solid points. Mind if I add to that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that makes you think about even as we've been thrown in captivity. The reason why we constantly got thrown in captivity, he left a window for us to call on him
Right.
in the time of needs and straits. You know, so as we have knowledge and understanding of who our God is and who our Son, as Zaquan made statement, these tough situations that we're gonna have to go through, and it's mandatory, that forcefully makes us, if you in the spirit, call on the Lord, because that's what he wants anyway at the end of the day. You know we don't got it. He got it. So we get put in these tough situations. That way we can call on him and receive the help that he promised will come if we do that. You know, that was it on that point.
So don't doubt, don't fear. When we go through these prophecies, the purpose of us talking about this is so that you're aware.
Exactly.
Right? You're circumspect, you're aware of what the Most High wants for the planet Earth. So it can guide your perspective.
That's right.
How you view things will determine how you move and how you behave in your attitude.
Right.
So right now we're establishing a belief system. That belief system will determine your attitude. Your attitude will determine how you work and how you move.
That's right.
Okay? So the prophecies are the foundation of it's the foundation of guiding our belief system. When someone is telling you something before it happens, it's extremely powerful.
Yeah.
All right? If I told you something that was gonna happen to you next week, and it happens to the T, say, listen, next Wednesday, someone's gonna cut you off.
Right.
At 5:09, and you get off work.
Right.
What I need you to do is, I need you to make a left instead of right, and then everything, you know,
Final destination.
Yeah. The next week you're gonna be like, what's going on?
Yep. That's power.
That's the Most High.
That's right. Yep. That's right.
You go to Him, right? But there's a fear of like, absolutely, He knows all that. I just want to be, I'm good.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how do we get good? So we're talking about those things, man. So what we want to do is we still want to talk about prophecies. We want to go into those things and an update. Brother still got a couple precepts to bring out. Go ahead, and then we'll get into some news articles and stuff like that.
I got one.
Yeah, let's go check.
Alright, this is Sirach chapter 34. I'm going to start at verse 13. It says, the spirit of those that fear the Yahweh Shai shall live, for their hope is in him that saveth them. Alright, it says, verse 14, it says, whoso feareth Yahweh Shai shall not fear, nor be afraid. So if you're in, the spirit of Yahweh Shai, you're not going to be afraid of the world, because this world is vain regardless. Alright, it says, for he is his hope, for he is our hope. Okay, verse 15, it says, blessed is the soul of him that feareth Yahweh Shai, to whom doeth he look. Alright, he doesn't look around, at the situation around him. He looks towards him that is willing to save, which is Yahweh Shai. Alright, continuing on, it says, to whom doeth he look? It says, and whom is his strength. Alright, and we know, we put on Yahweh Shai, for he is our strength, he is our salvation. Alright, there's one more verse, it says, for the eyes of Yahweh Shai are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from heat, and a cover from the sun at noon.
And he's coming too, man. So we're gonna need protection. We're gonna need that covering. Like it says in Colossians, we're dead to this world, and we're hid in Yahweh Shai, man. That's the position you want to strive to be in,
Because he's our salvation.
Right.
And it lines up with Psalm 91. It says that the heat's coming, the pestilence,
Noise some
pestilence and the arrows that should fly by at noonday. It's like it, if I'm misquoting, but it's lines right up. The Lord is going to be our protection in that day. We can't. Go ahead.
You got it.
No, go ahead.
It says preservation from stumbling and help from falling. All right, so it's all incorporated. You know, how about you know, it's going to be our all in all. You know, that there's going to be no need, you know, to hope in vain glory because He is our glory. You got it.
Yeah, it says, "The eyes of the Lord are upon those that love Him," man, and that's the key element. You know, we show that we love the Lord by fearing Him. You know, love is keeping the commandments. So a majority of people don't focus on how can they serve the Lord. They focus on fulfilling the lust of the flesh. And that's what, you know, us coming up out of this world is required. That's why it's required for us to come up out of this world, for us to focus on the things of the Spirit.
Hey, just like the elder apostle DeBar likes to say, he says, fear is better than like so-called love. You know, a woman can tell you, you know, you in a relationship, a woman can tell you, I love you, boo boo.
It's conditional.
I love you, baby. You know, you love me. I'd rather have a woman that says that they fear me versus that say they love me, boo. You know what I'm saying? Because what? Fear brings forth obedience.
And it brings ultimately love.
And it ultimately will bring forth love. And when you have that, they say in order. When you have that dynamic of fear, what happens to that woman? You get rewarded.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And we're looking for rewards from Yahweh. The ultimate reward that we're looking for from Yahweh Shai is salvation and redemption. You know what I'm saying? I have a quick one. This is 1 John chapter 4 going into how we're not supposed to be afraid. 1 John chapter 4 verse 17.
Right. So we're not fear mongering in the sense of being worried about the circumstances of this life. When we talk about these prophecies and we go into a lot of these other fake Israelite groups like One Body and Yahweh Shai with these CIA type fronts, you know, with this guy, what's his name? The cornbread eating beanie nigga. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
Chili eating nigga, man.
Right. Well, not indirectly talking about you. I'm directly talking about you. Okay? You say it like that.
Straight up. Right.
And so these guys that want to tell you, oh, they talking about World War III. What they gonna do with the people? That's gonna bring them to your house shot, you stupid cornbread eating nigga, man.
That's right.
And Most High's gonna deal with you too, bro.
Facts. Weakness.
Fake ass nigga. Alright? That's what the prophecies do. It opens up the minds of the people.
Right.
Okay? So we're not talking about fear mongering as far as being worried about the world. That's why you guys want to go and talk about, you gotta feed the people, you know, because y'all worried about the wants and needs of this life.
Yep.
Those things are taken care of. Okay? What we're talking about is the next life, man. Preparing people for that. Okay? A lot of clown Israelite front, CIA front groups out here. But we coming straight raw.
That's right.
We don't have no agenda. We don't need your money. We don't need your money. And we don't need no stupid glory or praise.
We don't need none of you niggas support, man.
Okay? We give the glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right. That's all that matters. That's right.
Okay? You got something, Mata?
And if I can say, that's why judgment is going to begin at the house of the Most High. We have the house clean before we can really address the other nations, you know, as far as the prophecy's concerned and where they going to line up. We got to direct it at niggas first. And among the circumcision, those that know that they're Israelites, because it seems like they're the worst ones, man.
That's right.
That's why they have to be addressed first.
Yep.
You know, that's concerning everything what's going on in prophecy and what manner of men shall we be, like it talks about in 2 Peter the 3rd chapter. You know,
It's like what Yahweh said. He said, those that knew my Father's will but didn't do it going to be beaten with many stripes. Versus those that didn't know the will, you're going to be beaten with few stripes. But those that know what to do and you don't do it, hey, you're going to get it worse. You know? And we're hoping that we're not on that side of the whooping, man. We want to be on the side to where the Lord looks at us as faithful servants and we get rewarded, man.
that's right.
You know, everything that you do has an equal, as they say in school, everything you do has an equal or opposite consequence.
That's right.
Right? Everything has a reward. Either it's going to be a righteous reward or it's going to be a reward for a wicked ass nigga.
That's right.
You know, the Lord's going to hand those out accordingly. You know?
It's like a shit show in Israel with a lot of these guys, so that's why I want to speak.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, with all these prophecies coming to pass, man. You know,
Yep.
You mind if I get a precept to back
Yeah,
up what
just
you're
say
saying?
His brother was holding. His brother.
Oh, okay.
Real quick one, like saying that wisdom is supposed to spread out, throughout the four corners of the world. This is 1 Corinthians 2:6. It says, "Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world that come to naught. But we speak the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom."
Yeah, this word is not for commoners. This word is not for mere mortals. The mysteries of this word is for the ones that are chosen, the elect. Okay? We look at that word mystery, always talk about that word mysterion and the power that comes with it.
That's right.
A lot of you mere mortals think you understand these scriptures and you don't know what the book is talking about.
That's right.
Because it's not given unto you.
That's right.
Spirit and power Yahweh Shem Yahushua that hasn't given one body in Yahweh Shah to break down.
Hell.
I don't give a damn how many times y'all say that right.
Man,
I don't give a damn how many doors you knock on. You ain't in the spirit.
That's right. That's right. You read it in Wisdom of Solomon 7. It goes into how wisdom deliberately chooses the particular souls it decides, bodies it decides to rest in.
Yep.
And it goes into it how wisdom maketh them friends of God and prophets. Everybody ain't a prophet, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't a son of God. Even if you are an Israelite screaming, that's right, loud as hell, man. It's the reason why Paul talked about the Israel of God.
that's right.
Because there's a separation within that. Which shows you that you ain't supposed to just go to everybody. There's a remnant that this word is supposed to be spoken unto, man.
That's right. That's right.
It's back in the middle of verse 7. It says, "Even the hidden wisdom which Yahweh Shem Yahushua ordained before the world unto our glory."
Which is prophecy. The biggest indicator that you know that somebody's in the spirit is prophecy.
That's right.
It talks about that in Revelation, the 19th chapter, 10th verse. The spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy.
That's right.
And a lot of people, they're consumed with this world. That's why they have all these gimmicks and things of that nature, to uplift themselves in this world. And a lot of people are being found out to be faithless. Case in point, ISUPK. They're telling their congregation to get the jump shot, and months later, the mandates are over with.
That's done. For now, at least, it appears.
So you just told your congregation to take the jump shot, which was a shock test from Esau, right? To see who's gonna get a line for the bigger things that's coming down the pipe.
Right. Willing to conform. That was a level exercise. That's right.
Titus. This is Titus chapter 1, verse 9. It says, "Holding fast the faithful word as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers." Okay, so we've been taught the true doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Like Yahushua said in St. John the 17th chapter, that he gave the word to the disciples, the same word that the Heavenly Father gave to him. Well, that same word, that same doctrine has been passed down to the men that you see before you today, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, man. And we believe that through faith. There's no documentation of certificate of approval from any particular, a school of this world that gives us the approval, okay? But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, hey, starting with Elder Abba Bivens, okay, One West, and all the people that a lot of people talk down on that they don't know anything about, that predate all of us before the internet, the YouTube era, okay? We need to have reverence and respect towards those men, man.
That's right.
Okay? In verse 10, it says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision." Like you were going to preach out of the elder,
Yeah, we ain't gonna throw indirect shots. We're gonna tell you who we talking about. We're talking about one body in Yahweh Shah. Phonies. While y'all trying to play games. Go ahead, man. That's the last time I mentioned y'all bitch ass niggas.
No, that was the end of the verse, but it says unruly and vain. Vain words are empty words. Words that do not lead to edification. Words that lead to the opposite, that lead to leading people, causing, the flock and the sheep of the Lord to go astray.
That's right.
And that's blood that's on a lot of individuals' hands, man.
That's right. That's right.
I got something real quick, because you made the statement earlier, those one body in Yahweh shot guys got on us because we always going into war. Prophecy. This is Revelation chapter 22, verse, start at verse 6.
Say pull that.
Reads, Con, and I'm, oh, you about to pull it?
No, yep.
Holy Spirit, that's the Spirit. Con. This is Revelation chapter 22. I'm gonna start at 6 and read 7. I'm gonna jump down. But it says, and he said unto me, these sayings are faithful and true. And the Lord Yahweh, God of the holy prophets, sent his angels to show unto his servants the things which must shortly be done. And what is that tied to? Wars, nigga.
That's right.
And of course, other things too. All right, but the scriptures go, what did Yahweh say when he gave us the signs of what was to happen before the last days? You should see wars and rumors of wars. All right, and these are things that we're supposed to share. Okay, when you continue, it says in verse 7, behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book.
A lot of guys don't want to prophesy.
That's right.
You want to talk about feel-good stuff. Where's your fringes? Eat the lamb. Stop eating, But the prophecies of the book is what's driving people to the truth.
That's right.
Because they see all hell breaking loose. And they're trying to figure out what's going on. We're blowing the trumpet. Blowing the trumpet ain't talking about put fringes on. You stupid dummy.
That's right. Facts.
That lets you know that a lot of these guys are CIA groups. They just come to look good, to draw you in, to number you, man. They're numbering you for the slaughter. They're getting you in league so Esau can come and round you up. They're not down for this truth. They're not compelled to create the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. They don't know what the New Testament is talking about.
Right.
They're not teaching the order of Melchizedek underneath Yahweh Hamashiach.
That's right.
Because they don't get it. It's not given unto them. When we talking about these things, we're going through these prophecies, we're talking about this, it's drawing you into, oh man, what does the Most High want?
Right.
What is he doing? Why? You start asking questions. Real questions. Real men want to have a vision cast for their life.
That's right.
Not play games about some world, it's about this life.
Right.
Cable, the news show in Babylon. A building in Babylon that's going to get burnt down and destroyed.
That's right. Right.
We're looking for a building in the kingdom.
That's right.
Okay? So yeah, we're talking about the destruction of this place that you understand.
Right.
Because there's a new world coming.
That's right.
Yeah, I have a little more to this. I'm going to jump down to verse 10 and read to verse 12. Revelation 22 and 10. And he said unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. We in a time right now where all these prophecies are coming to pass, and you got niggas that's out here that want to seal these words, man. But, it's one thing to get upset at it, but at the same time, we know, look, that shows that these guys are currently in their lot, especially in these last days, man, because they're doing the exact opposite of what the scriptures say. It says, seal not. What are you doing? Sealing it and getting on the guys that are pushing these prophecies. Verse 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. Which shows you there's going to be certain people that are set up in their lots. Separate. The righteous, the holy, those that are unjust, and those that are filthy. And they're going to be doing what they're doing, especially in these last days. And I'm reading this final verse, verse 12. All right. And behold, I come quickly. My reward is with me to give every man according to his work shall be. All right. So the unjust, the filthy, going to get that reward. And the righteous and the holy are going to get that reward as well, man. At the end of the day, rewards are coming. All right. But be careful. Hey, be careful. All right. On what you're doing in these last days, man. Because you don't want to be on that side to get that reward for the unjust, man. All right. Because we see the spirit a lot of these guys are in right now. That's it on that.
Everybody's going to receive their reward. 2 Ezra 9.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Oh,
I get it. Let's start at the top. This is the book of 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. And it reads, it says, he answered me then and said,
when we read these scriptures, we opened up and we talked about we were going to go through current news, prophecy, stuff like that. When we start talking about the fear of the Lord, that is all inside of these prophecies, man. When we start going into the third woe, the beginning of sorrows, what's tied to that is the fear of the Heavenly Father and being secure in that, and then not fearing the world. Because when you read these prophecies, even when the prophets were seeing them, they were troubled by what they saw.
Right.
So when you think you probably need to prepare your spirit for what's about to happen, if Ezra sees things and it troubles him, if John sees something and it troubles him, if Daniel sees something and it troubles him, if Ezekiel sees something and it troubles him, if Jeremiah sees something and it troubles him, okay, it's probably pretty bad. You know? Right? So you got to rehearse these things to be prepared for it. Not just mention it every now and then. No, you need to rehearse it. People don't want to hear this. It's uncomfortable. It's time to get uncomfortable. Let's go, champ.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. It reads, He answered me then, said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Man, when you start to see these things, you know the world is the Most High about to visit. Okay? And if a person gets mad that you're always saying this, they are tied to this world. If they like, man, we always talking about the world in it, man. We always talking about World War III. I don't hear that shit. You love this world too damn much. That's an indication. Like, what it should make you happy. I'm talking about this, right?
Right.
If you're in a broken and contrite spirit, understanding this should get you like, okay, the Lord's coming.
That's right. Make you happy.
Get a Ric Flair, woo!
Man, yeah.
Okay?
Got a precept for you. John 15:19. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you.
So people that are in the world don't like this message where it's like, why y'all always talking about prophecy? Why y'all always talking about prophecy? And that should be a red flag for you, that for those of you that catch this lesson. A red flag, if a person is tired of hearing prophecies, saying we prophesy too much, red flag. That's a cornbread, bean-eating Negro.
That's right, Saquon.
Okay?
Heavy point. That show you that they're in the same spirit as their fathers, just as they were the prophet killers back then. Always hate the prophets, you know, and the prophecies that they came with.
They're preparing the table for that truth.
Man,
Set Jacob for the slaughter.
straight up.
Continuing on to 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
The end is manifest. It's starting to reveal itself. Right?
Verse 6. That's why I continue. Okay, verse 6. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed.
A heavy part of the works is the confession of Yahushua, blowing the trumpet on the return of Yahushua and the salvation through him.
And prophecy is bringing out Yahushua.
That's right. Come on now.
The testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So you are actually uplifting the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua when you go into prophecy, because through the word, these things are happening.
That's right.
It gives glory.
Everybody says that the works is keeping of the commandments. I ate some lamb today instead of pork. I'm doing the work. I got my fringes on watching the NBA. I'm doing the work. Right.
Yeah, right. Like for a second.
Right? I didn't commit adultery today. I'm doing the work. How simple can you be? Bro, it's about preaching of this gospel, man. The volume of the book. Doing the work is actually going out here prophesying the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Right? Going into it.
John 6:29. Yahushua answered and said unto them, Yahushua answered and said unto them, this is the work of the Most High, that ye believe on him whom he has sent.
And how do you believe?
By going out there and testify.
Bro. What was it, Romans 10?
I got it right here.
That's
Let's
what's
go,
good.
champ.
God. This is Romans chapter 10. I'm going to start at verse 8. The point is at 9. It says, but what saith it? The word is nigh thee, even in thy mouth and in thine heart. That is the word of faith which we preach. That is, Salakia, that if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Yahushua, and shalt believe in thy heart that the Most High hath raised him from the dead.
That's the work. Going out and preaching, prophesying Yahushua, and the actual opportunity for salvation. That's the work. Go ahead, champ.
Come, thou shalt be saved. You know, and when you go into a confession, like something you always go into, Elder Yashawamba, going to these two witnesses, all right, that will prophesy to come in these last days. Now let's look at a court situation, a court scenario. You have somebody sitting on that seat right there giving that confession. Meantime, in the audience, certain people that are out there are looking at you like, man, you better not get this confession. Then they put certain people under witness protection program. So what comes with this confession, all right, is a threat of your life, imminent death being surrounded by you. You know, and it makes sense why he mentioned those that shall confess shall be saved, man. Because it shows you it's a constant thing that you do, prophesying constantly in the manner of all evil looking at you, putting your body out there, making yourself a living sacrifice. It ain't just saying, praise Jesus, wear these fringes and eat this pork, man. I'm sorry, eat this lamb, Salakia. It ain't about that, man, but it's actually making your body that living sacrifice. You know, that's that confession that, you know, brothers are going into. You know? Come. This is Romans 10 and 13. For whosoever shall call upon the name of Yahweh shall be saved.
Keep reading.
Come. Verse 14. Then shall they call on him in whom they have not, Salakia. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And how shall they preach except they be sent?
How they gonna preach unless the Spirit that came on to them to go out there and be sent? What you gonna preach about? Go ahead.
As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things.
Right, and that's a quote from Isaiah. Okay, is there more on that?
It is. Verse 16, but they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah saith, Lord, who hath believed our report?
Right. But a lot of you guys scoff against the actual report. Right? The kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Like
This is happening, that's happening.
Had that report.
Oh
Man, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Solid point. Solid point.
It's a lot here, bro.
No, that's good. It's giving false reports, man.
The 10 spies, them 10, it came back with the wrong report. Those two witnesses,
Right.
Joshua and Caleb, Judah and Ephraim, they had the right report.
Solid.
And it's the same thing, because Jake really scared. They was really scared to go into that land, man.
Scared of what comes with it.
Exactly.
That's right. We like grasshoppers.
They want to boast in the land, but they don't want to go through the straight gate, 2 Peter 7.
That's right.
In order to get to the wide, you got to go through the straight. Jake don't want to deal with the straight.
Man.
They want to act like they got the wide now. You ain't got the wide now.
Man, I think of the straight gate, like also like just when we had to go through the Red Sea.
Yeah, you know.
The Lord was right there with us. Water on both sides, you know what I'm saying? But what happened, man? We was dry,
Yeah.
and we got through.
Yeah, and that's what Paul talked about in 1 Corinthians 10. Going into that baptism, how all of our fathers were baptized with the baptism of Moses. That was that straight gate through that water, man. You know, still in that baptism today. Only difference is through fire.
That's right.
That's it.
In the wilderness, there was the Lord was like physically, like immediately doing things. For us, we have to wait,
That's right.
but we see it happening.
Right.
You know, so it's miracles to us, it's hidden manna, but to the world, it's like, man, like Jake. The confession of Yahushua, the spirit of prophecy, what do? They basically look at it like they looked at the manna, like you brought out. This light bread. All we got is this light bread. That ain't enough. It's not enough for Jake. But to us, it's like, wow, the Lord literally said this was going to happen, and we see it happening. To us, it's, man.
Yeah. Let's get that story, bro.
Constant.
Let's get that story of Caleb. Let's get that story.
Beautiful.
Number 13 and 1. Number 13 and 1. We're gonna read this. We're gonna pivot a little bit, man. Spirit on you.
This is Numbers chapter 13.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, Numbers chapter 13, verse 1. It reads, And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Send thou men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye
And
send
that's the
men.
promised land. The land of Canaan is the promised land. So the book, you have the book of Numbers, all right, where we're basically going into the wilderness, which should have been about a month's trip, but it took 40 years to go to the promised land, you know, the land of Canaan. It was promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but at that time, who was occupying it? All of the ice.
Yeah, all the
Ice.
You know?
Hivites.
Right now, who's inhabiting it?
Yeah,
Amalekites.
Amalekites.
And the Elamites, you know, some Ishmael as well, but go ahead.
Verse 2 again, Send out men, that they may search the land of Canaan. And that word search there in the margin says to spy out, which I give unto the children.
And really, that's what we're here. It's like if this was a show, pretty much we're sent here, you know, to spy out this place, in a sense, to testify.
Man,
You know, in undercover bodies, you know what I'm saying? You know,
man,
we're like spies, you know what I'm saying? But it's in a spiritual sense,
that's right.
you know, where ultimately people don't get it.
Right. Yep.
We live our everyday life. We're like literal righteous spies.
No, reports on we were reporting on the pedophile rings.
Right,
and
we're
things
reporting on the
like that.
pedophile rings. We done set up YouTube pages to get up the word out.
Yeah.
And the Lord is bad, man.
Man, that's heavy, bro. Wow.
We're spying out the land
That's what's happening.
That's heavy, bro.
in spirit.
That's what's happening, man.
That's right. Heavy. It says, Send out men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among them. And Moses, by the commandment of Yahweh, sent them from the wilderness of Paran. All those men were heads of the children of Israel,
Right?
and these were their names of the tribe of
You can
Reuben.
skip down.
Okay, I'll jump down to verse 8 real quick.
12 spies, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'll jump down to verse 8 real quick, just to of the tribe of Ephraim, O'Shea, the son of Nun. And I'll actually jump up to verse 6. Of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh.
So all these men were sent out to spy out the land, right? Right? Go down.
Jump down to verse 16. These are the names of the men which Moses sent to spy out the land. And Moses called O'Shea, or Hawashai, the son of Nun, Jehoshua, or as you would say in the Hebrew, Yahawashai.
Right there.
Right now, and how you approve that this is that this is Yahawashai, or his name Yahawashai. This is also how you can prove that Yahawashai how his name is Yahawashai too. When you go to the book of Acts, the 7th chapter, real quick, just to prove it. When you go to
See who actually studying. You watching this video. You watching this to actually get some nuggets.
So when you go into the book of Acts, the 7th chapter, is it Acts chapter 7 or is
It's
it?
a 7.
So this is the book of Acts chapter 7, and I'm gonna read.
And it's also one in Hebrews, the 4th chapter.
Yeah,
We don't have to go through the whole breakdown.
I think that's actually the
Is
one.
that the
I
one
want
you
to
want?
Get. That's the one I want to get. So like,
Hebrews 4,
yeah, that's one I want to get actually.
like verse.
Because it actually proves the point of Hebrews 4 verse
8.
Okay. Yep, this is Hebrews chapter 4. Yep, this is it. Hebrews chapter 4 verse 8. It says, "For if I'll read it verbatim first. For if Jesus had given them rest, then would he not afterward have spoken of another day?" Now, when you get this word Jesus as it's written here in the English, right? This is actually talking about Joshua, right? This is actually talking about Joshua. So,
And you can link that with Acts 7 and 45.
exactly.
You go to this one and then you hit if you're on the blue letter, you can click on the scripture,
That's what I had here.
go to the concordance, and then you go to the outline of biblical usage. When you scroll down, it's going to tell you this word Jesus is the same word for Joshua.
Right.
When you look that word Joshua up, it is what? Yahawashai.
Right.
Now this word O'Shea is Hawashai.
Right.
Okay? Which is like all of these words mean things.
Right.
Okay?
Yep. And Hosea is pretty much how you have Hosea.
Mm-hmm.
It's Hawashai. You see what I'm saying? So this is how you prove that Yahushai's name is actually Yahushai. Because really, if somebody wanted to be technical, they're saying Jesus. If somebody really just kind of wanted to be just on a technical term, you could really correct them and say, well, you can call him Joshua. If you really want it in the English, if you want to say that, right? But according to the Hebrew, when you read it in the text, because in the text, it'll say Yahweh Shawai, right? But when you actually read it in the text, it says Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's how you prove that what his name is.
Well, how was Shai Savior? Moses changed his name to Yah.
He is what
He Savior.
That's it.
Simple.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, okay. That's just a point. This little nugget. Going back.
Verse 17. And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan and said unto them, get you up this way southward and go up into the mountain and see the land, what it is, and the people that dwelleth therein, whether they be strong or weak, few or many, and what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad, and what cities they be and what cities they be that they dwell in, whether in tents or in strongholds.
Now skip down to 25.
Jumping down to verse 25, and they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. And when they went and came to Moses and to Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel unto the wilderness of Paran to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they told him and said, we came unto the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey.
So the spies came back and they were like, man, bro, balling. They balling, bro. Just to put it in layman terms. Okay? Go ahead.
And this is the fruit of it. Because remember, when they came back, they had grapes, they had, you know what I'm saying, different things that they brought back. Like, man, look, this is what we got from there.
Like the conquistadors, when they first came to America, they came and they was just like, dang, eating the fruits, gold laying on the ground. Okay?
Yeah.
So there's a level of excitement because the Most High promised all the way back since the time of Abraham, this is our land. Okay? Go ahead, champion.
Verse 28, nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there.
You see what they're doing is they're like describing like we can't win.
Yeah.
When you keep reading like
Debo.
like they got a wall, man.
Yeah.
Yep. And when you get the children of Anak, when you get that word Anak in the Hebrew, it means the long neck people.
Like giants.
You know what I'm saying? So these are those Hamites that be in the land of Ham with long ass necks. They tall and lanky, big ass. And they, mind you, they was big back then too, man. We were big back then.
Jabs.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
9 feet with a jab.
Yeah.
They was like, man, there's some big ass niggas up in there, man. The children of Anak is there. That's how they know that he had reputation. You know? So, verse 29, the Amalekites dwell in the land of the south. Amalek was always there. And the Hittites, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwell in the mountains. And the Canaanites dwell by the sea, and by the coast of Jordan. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses, and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. See? So Caleb was like, man, look, man, no, we need to go in there. The city is right for the taking, man. We got this.
You got that different spirit like
Yeah.
you went into last night.
It's going to go into it.
Verse 31. But the men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we.
Yeah, so this is the report that some of the spies was giving. 10 of the tribes was saying, man, they got gats, tanks. Well, we ain't gonna never beat these dudes. We just chill out where we at.
Just too strong, man.
You know, go back to the edge of the wilderness. I don't know. That's for what these other false prophet CIA groups want you to think. Let's just set up shop here, man. We need to get a bank.
Jab.
We need to take the jab.
You've been trying to work with these
Corrupt.
You know,
They gonna tell Jake to take the
and
corrupt.
cook these beans.
Right. Right.
This is good, right? We need to build a building here. Forget trying to get the promised land. Stop talking about that. Stop talking about that. We need a miracle. We only talk about the miracle. That's unrealistic.
Right. They even take away the miracles of Yahweh.
You see?
That's right.
Damn clowns. All right, go ahead.
All right, continuing on. It says in verse 32, it says, and they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched out unto the children of Israel, saying, the land, though we have, it says, through which we have gone to search it, is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof.
Mm-hmm.
And all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature.
Big. Giants.
Literally.
There you go.
Right? Verse 33, and there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak.
Right, now when you look at that word giants, guess what it is? It's Napoleon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so basically they were like, these are like the sons of God, man.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, man.
Like they were lying though. They were scared.
Yeah.
They wanted to scare the people into sin. And
Doubt, create
yeah,
doubt.
they were purposely trying to create doubt.
Yep. Fear of circumstance
Right, right.
versus fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Of overcoming, man.
Right.
We ain't got nothing, man. We ain't did nothing, man. We ain't got no TV. We ain't got no building, man. You sound like a bitch.
Right.
I can't see it, man.
Yeah.
Damn clown.
way more organized.
Go ahead, man.
I got a quick one.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 1 and 2. Hear, O Israel, thou art to pass over Jordan this day, to go in to possess nations greater and mightier than thyself, cities great and fenced up to heaven, a people great and tall, the children of the Anakim, who thou knowest, and whom thou hast heard say, who can stand before the children of Anak? Understand therefore this day that the Lord Yahweh thy power is he which goeth over before thee. As a consuming fire he shall destroy them, and he shall bring them down before thy face. So shalt thou drive them out and destroy them quickly, as Yahweh has said unto thee. You see that? So at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is with us to fight our battles for us, man. As the priest Yadakar brought out earlier, if Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai be for us, nobody can be against us, man.
Right.
So they're trying to sow this doubt in the sense of, well, we just need to build here. We can't take these guys down.
Okay, who's the modern day children of Anak? Esau.
Esau.
Man, that's right.
That's why the scripture said the hands will be in the neck of the enemy. Now I'm just well. It means neck. No, but for real, they're the modern day is like, man, right. How can we take them down? In a sense, like
Right.
Esau, he got so much. It's like Jake can't see it. Like that's
Right.
how they were looking at the children of Anak.
So now let's flow into Numbers 14. See what the real men of the Lord was talking about.
Yep. This is Numbers chapter 14.
We ain't come in here bringing an evil report. A lot of these false prophets, they come with an evil report. They want you to settle down in your apartment and make this your kingdom. They want you to make Babylon, let's just put a Jordan poster on the wall and then the menorah by it, and this is the kingdom.
Debate about Tupac and Biggie. Nas, Jay-Z.
Kobe LeBron.
And they tell you, we just need more tithes. If we had more tithes, our kingdom would be better. Sister.
NBA 2K50.
Go ahead.
With the man.
Man. Numbers chapter 14, verse 1. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night.
Yeah, man, this is what happens. Go ahead.
And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, would the Most High that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would the Most High Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai we had died in the wilderness? And wherefore hath Yahweh brought us into this land, to fall by the sword?
We ain't got nothing, man. That spirit. Go ahead.
That our wives and our children should be prey? Were it not better for us to return into Egypt? My goodness, man.
That's Jake.
That's Jake, bro. Oh my goodness, man.
It's the leaks and the fish. And the
Y'all seeing this? Y'all, all of this is happening. And see, when brothers do these videos, it's not that we got a hard on, man. I want to cut somebody. Some brothers do love just cutting people and fucking with people. But that's, hey, the Lord put the spirit on them to do that. That may not be your spirit. But this is the thing. These are bringing life stories that were written aforetime. You now get to witness it and be like, man.
The unfaithful people acted like this.
Right.
And the faithful people did this. I want to be with the faithful people. The faithful people could see beyond. The faithful people could see before it was in their face. I could see the 144,000 being raised up before you see it, because you believe.
Trust in the Lord, yeah.
I don't need no building. I don't need everybody to have matching garments.
We the building.
I don't need to make a mixtape and we all dancing to it. I believe what the scriptures say. Brothers believe what the scriptures say. There's 144,000 men that believe what the scriptures say. And we are something, man. I am somebody. Go ahead, call it a reason, bro.
Numbers 14:4. And they said one to another, let us make a captain and let us return into Egypt. That's heavy.
That's terrible.
Man, they're going to appoint them a leader to go back into captivity, right?
And if I could say, Jacob's in the same mindset during the time of the Maccabean revolt. You know what I'm saying? When they were saying, let's join ourselves into basically unto Greek.
Trying to make a covenant with the Hebrew.
Yep. Let's go make a deal. Cut that deal.
Verse 5, then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel. And Joshua the son of Nun, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, the land which we passed through to search it is an exceeding good land. If the Lord Yahweh delight in us, then he will bring us into the land.
Because what did they believe in? They didn't believe in what they saw. They believed in the prophecies, the expectation, the hope of salvation. Yeah, when you look at our people, it looks like we're through. But the Most High said this was going to happen. I'm going to follow that. Go ahead.
Verse 9, only rebel not ye against Yahweh.
Don't rebel against the word. Go ahead.
Neither fear ye the people of the land.
Go ahead.
For they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord Yahweh is with us. Fear them not.
Let's go.
Man, it's very heavy.
Don't fear. The Amalekites were there too.
He probably was charged up too, let's go, man.
They are bread for us.
I know. The Lord gonna give them, you know,
Eat.
Can I get a quick one for y'all?
Absolutely.
Revelation 11 and 13. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,203 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the Most High on the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devoureth their enemies. And if any man would hurt them, he must in this manner be killed.
Yep. Judah and Ephraim.
That's what it says.
Yep. If you're following along, that's a bad combination right there that you're seeing even in this. This is on the carnal sense of just like our first run going into the land. You had Joshua the son of Nun, who was of Ephraim, the tribe of Ephraim, and then you had Caleb, who was of Judah, that gave a good report. The Most High, man, you can't.
2 witnesses.
Well, let's get the law.
In the mouth
Out
of
of the
two.
mouth of 2 witnesses.
Deuteronomy 19.
Pull it.
Come on. You had it? Or,
Whoever got it.
yeah, I thought a brother back there said it. That's right.
This is Deuteronomy 17 and 6. It says, at the mouth, matter of fact, I'll do Deuteronomy 19 and 15. 1 witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity or for any sin, in any sin that he sinneth. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or at the mouth of 3 witnesses shall the matter be established.
The other one's better. Read that.
Okay, Deuteronomy 17?
Yeah.
All right,
Watch what it say.
Okay, Deuteronomy
They all good, my bad.
Mhm.
For the point.
Yeah,
For the
Deuteronomy.
point, for the point.
Yeah, kind of. Deuteronomy 17 and 6. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death. But at the mouth of 1 witness shall he not be put to death.
Right, so this testimony is going to lead to Esau being put down, man.
It's a testimony of judgment, pretty much. That's right.
That's right. That's right. So now we're getting this report, all right? And this is the report that we're bringing. Glad tidings, man, for the nation of Israel. Okay? We're saying that, hey, these people have been bred, that they are bred for us. Most High set this thing up. They trying to come with the MOTV systems. All right? They're doing all this. They're doing all this. Meanwhile, we're coming with the good report. We're coming with the good news. We're coming with the gospel of salvation, the return of Yahweh Shai, the elimination of these people out of our land and us gathering together and to return back. Okay?
May I grab a precept for you? This is Deuteronomy chapter 11. I'm going to start at verse 22. It says, "For if ye shall diligently keep all these commandments which I command you, to do them, to love the Lord Yahweh your power, to walk in all his ways, and to cleave unto him, then will the Lord Yahweh drive out all these nations from before you, and ye shall possess greater nations and mightier than yourselves. Verse 24. Every place wherein your soles of your feet shall tread shall be yours. From the wilderness and Lebanon, from the river Euphrates, even unto the uttermost sea shall your coast be." Here's the point, verse 25. "There shall no man be able to stand before you. For the Lord Yahweh your power shall lay the fear of you and the dread of you upon all the land that ye shall tread upon, as he has said unto you."
Right.
So the fear and the dread of us was going to be, the Lord was going to put the spirit on those different nations to fear us. And they heard our report, they'll be like, "Oh, hell no." Like Rahab the harlot, she was like, "Oh, snap, man, what I got to do to help?" Because she knew about the report that happened in the land of Egypt.
Right.
So the Lord put the actual spirit upon them to fear us, man.
Right.
So we're getting back into that point to what, like the prophecy says. What it says, when the 2 prophets will stand up in the latter days, roughly paraphrasing, great fear fell upon them. Like it tells you in Revelations the 11th chapter. So we got nothing to be afraid of when it comes to these, the things that what Esau doing with the whole transhumanism and the whole technology. The Lord he's gonna overcome all that, man.
And it's hard to see past it if you're a carnal man.
Right.
If you're a carnal man, you looking like, ain't nothing we can do.
Yeah.
That's why one body says there ain't no chariots. They want you to, they've taken hope away from you. Like, damn, because that's really the only way out of this situation is to go up. That's the only escape is like out of, away where Esau can't go or, come up hither, so.
Yeah.
If you saying ain't no chariots, if you taking away all of the miracles, you taking away the power, you're an agent. A played out agent. Like Esau, back in the day, he had better agents. Like these dudes are completely bugged, like they're weird. And it's like the stuff that they're saying, it's like, as an Israelite, you gotta sit back and say, why would an Israelite say this?
Right. Yeah.
Why would an Israelite think like, we've been beat down, all of the pseudoscience telling us we're 3/5 of a human being, only to come to find out our forefathers are the sons of God.
Right.
They raised men from the dead. They got the miracles, how the Lord dealt with them. Of course, you would want to tell Israel those things. The greatest man who walked the planet Earth, Yahweh Shai, he did miracles. And some of the high priests were arguing back and forth about the miracles. They saw it. So how was it fake?
Exactly.
When you got the wicked chief priests, they were like, you do it this by the power of Beelzebub. This ain't through the Most High. But they saw it.
Right.
They saw that the dude was blind at one point, but then he saw. But then you want to come and tell Israel that never happened. It's all symbolic, which it is, but it's also physically the Lord did that.
That's right.
To know that we're a part of that legacy gives us a hope. All right, and another spirit, like Caleb.
We for you. This is Revelation chapter 3. I'm going to jump straight to the point of verse 9. You know what? I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name. And that open door symbolically represents endless information coming from the heavens. You know what I'm saying? Verse 9, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not. Now we know that scripture is brought out a lot going into those Amalekites, which can still be applied. But this is talking about them wicked niggas too. You know, that was in that spirit. All right, instead of talking about these guys, you know, discrediting the miracles, discrediting Yahweh Shai. This is of the synagogue of Satan. Okay? But let's see what he says afterwards. It says, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet. So it's going to come to that point where they like, golly, man, yo, the Spirit of the Lord is on these guys, man. All right, and even they, I mean, obviously the heathen, they're going to come in the kingdom and bow down before our feet. But it's going to come to that point when those people are going to see who the real servants of the Lord is, and they're going to ask for that oil, as you read in Matthew the 25th chapter. All right? When you continue, it says, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. And that point is coming soon, where they're going to clearly see that these are my beloved sons, in whom I am well pleased. You know? That's it on that precept.
Right? Kind of jumping back to Numbers chapter 14, verse 12. I'm sorry, not verse 12. This is verse 10. I'll read verse 9 again. It says, only rebel not ye against the Lord Yahweh, neither fear ye the people of the land, but they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord Yahweh is with us. Fear them not.
Go ahead.
But all the congregation bade stone them with stones.
That's how mad they was at the prophets. That's how they get mad at Great Millstone.
Yeah.
Telling you, hey, we gonna make it. We be all right.
We ain't nothing, man.
Dumbass nigga. Go ahead.
And the glory of Yahweh appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel. And I find the spiritual how right before they went to stone them, the Lord came.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Lord showed up.
He lifted that standard.
You know what I'm
I was
saying?
actually holding that too.
That's the spirit, man. Did you want to break?
Yeah, I'll just get it real quick. Just one verse. This is Isaiah 59:19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. So even when Satan's going to come with great wrath, because he knows he had a short time, you know that the Lord's going to lift up that standard, man. You know?
That's right, man.
We're going to have that hedge of protection. You know, going through the straight gate like we've been talking about, following Yahweh Shai. You got to truly believe that that's the case, though. You know?
That's right. That's right.
That's right. Verse 11. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me? How long will it be ere they believe me? For all the signs which I have showed among them. So
All this, you still don't believe it.
man, it's me. Like he's like, man, what more do you want? Like as they getting ready to stone him, by the way, the chariot was sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? They being fed in the wilderness. They drinking water. The Lord is still scattering by the way, the Lord is still scattering the enemies as they're traveling through the wilderness at the same time. But they go into the land of Canaan and they see the Anakim, and they like, hell no. So the Lord like, man, they provoking me. You provoke the Lord when you do that.
Yeah.
You know, you pretty much, when you don't have faith in the Lord gets mad when you don't believe in his power.
Bro, all these brothers waking up, the congregations all across the world coming out confessing the name of Yahweh Shai, but you gonna say it's one West Menace.
Right.
You're an agent.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Simple and plain.
right, because you could say one West was corrupt, so was the temple, but it's still a part of the history, and through John the Baptist separating and going and preaching, that's all a part of our history.
Yeah.
Where you get the name Yahweh Shai from? One body in Yahweh Shai, right? Where you get that name from?
Well, Yahweh Shai was going in the temple.
Right.
So that's a part of the history. We tell you, yeah, it was corrupt. The scriptures tell you the temple was corrupt. One West was corrupt. But the apostles got separated from it. That's all that was.
Can't they throw the baby out with the bathwater, man? You know?
Take the good with and the bad.
Exactly.
Y'all just ashamed, man.
Yep. Go ahead, champ.
Verse 12.
We're gonna see though. We're gonna see. Go ahead.
Verse 12, I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they.
Man, keep going.
And Moses said unto
So
Yahweh,
all that they got is going to be removed. Go ahead.
and Moses said unto the Lord Yahweh, then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them,
Mm-hmm.
and they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land, for they have heard that thou Yahweh are among this people, that thou Yahweh art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them. Man,
There you go.
And that was your house shot.
That's right. That's right. That pillar.
That
Yeah.
angel.
Yeah.
and that thou goest before them by daytime in a pillar of a cloud, and
He
in a
goes
cloud,
before them. Go ahead.
and a pillar of a fire by night. Now if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord Yahweh was not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them, therefore he has slain them in the wilderness.
It would make you how about Shemuel shall look bad. Right? If we just lose. No, that's not what's going to happen. Go ahead.
And now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord Yahweh be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord Yahweh is long suffering, and of a great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgressions, and by no means clearing the guilty.
Now, if you want to read about that, I want to make this point for those who are paying attention. If you made it this far in the lesson, congratulations. You go back to Numbers, the 10th chapter, and you read down about the last 4 or 5 verses. It talks about that pillar of that cloud by day and that fire by night, and scattering our enemies before us, so we could make it through the wilderness. Okay?
How we got out of Egypt.
Yep.
It was that angel. It was
That angel.
the whole time.
Okay? Now, going back and call and read it.
Numbers chapter 14, verse 18. Yahweh is long suffering and of a great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy.
Yeah, pardon their lack of faith. All right? And you better, these people that have lack of faith, like one body, you better hope that when all hell breaks loose and you realize, man, we should have been talking about World War III a little bit more because I'm scared. I'm scared. All right? You better hope the Most High pardons your lack of faith. Go ahead, champ.
God, it says, and as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt even until now.
Go ahead.
And Yahweh said, I have pardoned according to thy word. Woo, man, it said according to thy word, bro. Moses was that mediator, you know, the go-between. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of Yahweh.
Go ahead.
Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice.
Wow, bro. I'm going to go say that.
Yeah.
10 times with the angel hovering over you.
Yeah.
Manna coming from heaven. Had the manna come yet? Bro, you tripping. You have all of those things that are right there before you, but you need
Right
the
there,
fringes.
man.
Jake should have been on. The angel should have been enough. The fact that the Lord fed you from the heaven should have
Lord
been
took
enough.
them that far, man.
10
He already knew he was going to deal with them and take that land.
Too much.
Brought you out of Egypt? Crossed the Red Sea.
Like, and it seems so unfathomable, but then you realize, man, we did that.
Only Jake could do that.
Jake, that's Jake all over it. Right there.
Shameful.
Shameful.
He's the type of people we do.
I got a precept. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse 7. You said what?
Yeah, I see.
It says, wherefore, as the Holy Spirit said, today if you will hear his voice, harden not your hearts, as in the provocation in the day of temptation in the wilderness. Because they was, 10 times? God, leave, bro. How much more the Lord got to do? And they was still hardening their hearts. And that's why you also read in Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, he goes into not forgetting the things that you have seen. You know, and that's exactly what Jake was doing. You know, forgetting all the things that the Heavenly Father had showed them to build their faith, which makes sense why he had revealed himself to those that have not seen any prophets or heard great things and such. You know, you can read about that in 2nd Ezra, the 1st chapter. All right? When you continue in verse 9, it says, when your fathers tempted me, in Salakia, when your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my works 40 years, constantly seeing the works of the Heavenly Father, still being demons. Verse 10, wherefore I was grieved with that generation and said, they do always err in their hearts, and they have not known my ways. So I swear in my wrath, they shall not enter into my rest. Now this is the point that's coming up right here, because he's going into the examples of what we're reading about in Numbers 13 and 14, how our fathers was tripping. All right, verse 12, take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief in departing from the living God. So right here, he considers that unbelieving spirit that Jake was in evil in the mug, man. And you see that playing out right now with these guys, bro. Evil as hell, bro. But they fulfilling their lots. But the point going into that is the children of Israel was in an evil heart of unbelief, which is why the Lord had to intervene right when he was about to stone them, man. You know? That's it on that precept. I mean, the whole chapter goes in, but that's more on that precept, more on that point.
Jake wanted to stone them because they had the right report.
Right.
Crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
That's why they didn't get to see the promised land, man. Which we keep reading, we'll, you know, it's way down like in the 30th verse.
Come.
That's right. They knew.
They already knew. They had the vision. Yep.
Here's a bunch of different ones. I mean, I could go. Let me just drop down to the
Pretty
scripture.
much the Lord put a cold spirit on them, man.
Yeah.
They were different. Yep. You've seen something else, though. You know?
Yeah, kind of. I'm gonna just get to the scripture index real quick. Yeah, it just says the same thing. This, it says, okay, here's one. It says, disposition, often of uncontrollable impulse. So basically, their inclination, you know.
Yeah, they in the spirit. They have another spirit. The 2 witnesses had another spirit than the 10 spies, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Which is Joshua and Caleb.
That's the spirit we gotta have, man. We gotta have this spirit of knowing that Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna do what he said he's gonna do. We're gonna come to this promised land, we're gonna kick ass. Right? Through the spirit right now, man. We're all brothers congregating together. This right here is kicking ass. This right here is a part of the war. This right here is casting down strongholds, man. This right here is building the building. This right here is the cable news show. This right here is the feast. It is the riches. It's there. It's the sacrifices. Everything that we need.
It's the priesthood.
That's right.
Because the priesthood were technically a medium between the Most High and, you know, through his mercy, saved Israel. You know, how he would guide Israel was through the priest. So, this fulfills everything, man.
Right. Right.
Everything we need.
Don't let nobody sleep on the on you believing in His word. You believing in His word is more important than anything else. It's more important than how your fringes look. It's more important than a building on a hill. It's more important than a bank account with $1 trillion in it. This is what's important. Okay? These words going out and they entering into your mind and your heart and being stamped in it to where you live by it is more important than anything else.
That's right. Continue on Numbers 14.
Absolutely.
Numbers chapter 14, verse 25. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation, which murmur against me? I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. Same thing going on right now, man. All the grumbling and all the shit talking.
Yep.
The denying of the miracles, you know, denying of the salvation of the Lord, how he's going to save us. That's all murmuring, man.
Mocking of the manna.
Yeah. You know, that's all murmuring. And that's really against Yahweh Shai, man. And Yahweh Shai said what? He said, he that would not let, pretty much that won't let me rule them, bring them here to slay them before me, man. And what happened to those 10 spies in the wilderness? They got killed, man.
That's right. That's what it's
So like, that's what I'm talking about too. But
Mm-hmm.
it says, say unto them, as truly as I live, saith Yahweh, as ye have spoken in mine ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in the wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me, doubtless ye shall not come into the land.
That's the bulk of Israel. 2/3. Now on this side. 2/3 doubt they ain't gonna make it. You ain't going to the promised land. Go ahead.
Doubtless ye shall not come into the land, concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua the son of Nun.
But those who believe the good report from those 2 witnesses, you gonna enter into the land. Okay?
That's right.
That's the elect.
The small remnant. Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead.
If I may grab a quick one real quick here. I'll get the book of Habakkuk.
Can I make a point about the
40 years in the wilderness. because it made me think, like, if I was a teenager or younger or a child, and I'm growing up in the wilderness, and you seeing all these things as a child, you're more impressionable. But we already talked about that. But also, like, you're hoping that the Lord is going to deliver you. You know what I mean? Because you didn't have that doubt, and you saw the punishment of the generation ahead of you. To where the Lord built that generation that entered into the land. He built that generation up to where they were expecting that, just like how He's building us up.
They wasn't attached to Egypt.
and they still messed up.
Man,
Yeah, that's where the curses was introduced. Deuteronomy is that generation after all of those wicked niggas died off. The book of Deuteronomy is the reintroduction of the covenant to that next generation that we're going to enter into the land. And that's where the curses was, like Deuteronomy 28. That's when they came in, like, you fuck up this time.
Fuck you.
And it happened. Came to pass.
Dang. Hey, like the scripture says, it says we walk by faith and not by sight. So they believe the report. Because you got to think, rest of the tribe, they didn't go into the land and spot the land with them. They just believed the report of what they said. It was, you had others that was like, you know what? Come. You know what I'm saying? Versus majority of everybody else, like, no, I ain't with that. I don't think that'll be a good idea. But no, the Lord always works through faith, man. The scripture says that hope that is seen is not hope. You see? So, how much more us in this wilderness, man? We living in the wilderness right now. With the expectation that Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah is going to take us out of this place the way that He said He's going to do it.
Hey, can I make a point? Like what you're going into, bro, you can see the same sentiment with David and Goliath, man. Because here it is, everybody else was murmuring, you know what I'm saying, when David came, and his brothers, was murmuring, why you come down here? You just wanted to see the battle, you just wanted to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? David was the only one who had faith in the Lord. You know what I'm saying? He had vision, like, I don't need this shield, I don't need nothing but the name of the Lord, man. I just need Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, man. Like he told Goliath, you come at me with sword and shield and spirit, I'm coming at you in the name of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah. You see? That's that different spirit that, we can see that with Joshua and Caleb, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. David and Goliath, man. David was the only one that had faith in what you got. Goliath had the helmet, he had the armor of mail. You know what I'm saying? He had a big ass sword. And David was like, you know what? I'm going here with the stone. And completely obliterated Goliath with one hit.
Told him what he was going to do.
Told him
that rock.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shah's the rock. That stone.
You gonna grind them in the powder.
Cut your head off.
Man. And he told him.
Praise the Most High. Right? All right, so that really was the point on that, man. The Spirit led into that, and when the elder mentioned that, I was like, man, let's just read that story. That could be the class. We was talking about fear, we was talking about everything like that, and then he mentioned Joshua and Caleb, and it just made sense to go into that. So that was the Spirit that led that.
Going into that same situation again.
Right.
A lot of Jakes ain't gonna make it to the promised land on this first go round, man.
They murmuring.
Yeah, they murmuring.
Yeah.
Shit.
The manna ain't enough.
Right.
Yeah, ain't enough. We need buildings and cable companies.
And canned good. Del Monte go
We
say
ain't,
the
we ain't never been nothing, man. Stupid ass.
It's unpleasing to the Most High. It's impossible to please the Most High without faith. That's what it tells you in Hebrews 11. It's impossible.
Yeah.
You're pissing them off, really.
Right, and that's why I'm being intentionally disrespectful.
You ain't right.
I'm being very intentionally disrespectful. Because it's wicked.
You wicked. You off. The Lord gonna destroy you.
Okay? The Most High killed those people with the evil report.
Yep, he did.
Okay? Well, we can finish off on that section of Numbers. You got precept, Sean?
No.
You good?
Yeah, come. Numbers 14, verse 36, it says, And the men which Moses sent to search the land, who returned and made all the congregation to murmur against him by bringing up a slander upon the land, even those men that did bring up the evil report upon the land died by the plague before Yahweh.
Come on.
But Joshua...
We ain't got no banks.
We ain't got no banks,
They got the
man.
fractional reserve bank. We need to get over. We need to tap into their blessing.
What?
Get a bank and use what currency, nigga?
Bro, the brothers got a bank account. We tithe. We do what we do.
They
Look,
still got Esau face.
It's still Esau shit. That ain't gonna save us, man.
Straight up, bro. Hey, y'all wish I said render on the Caesar with the Caesars, man.
That's
He
it.
can have it, bro.
Scripture tell you not to trust in the shadow of Egypt, man. It tells you that it'll be as a broken reed that'll pierce your hand, man. You want to lean upon it, you know,
Hurt your damn self.
and you kill it.
Well, look at Jake who got the juice, the taco sauce. You know them niggas.
Now they don't even freaking take they don't even need it no more.
Now, yeah.
Stupid. Like on Fresh Fit. Stupid.
Stupid, man.
Yeah, that's around.
Because you trusted in the shadow, you trusted in Esau.
Get them to buzz it like Coach Adams.
And that's the wrong thing. Yeah, that's hilarious. Too.
Yeah.
That's dope. I like because and following Esau, you stupid. That was the wrong move. You know.
Yeah.
Yep, verse 38. But Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of the men that went to search the land, lived still. And that's the end of verse 38.
Bro, the Most High is gonna preserve those people and bring them into the land.
That's right.
That's the point. That's the point, man. Don't fear the circumstances of this world. Fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and let that lead you into obedience to him. He said that he was going to save us and bring us back into the land. Follow the path. Follow the instructions.
Right.
Follow the game plan.
And look at these heathen and know they're not gonna win.
Right.
Like there's that one scripture that said the sons of Anak, like they're good for they're bread to us.
Yeah.
Their power has forsaken them. Look at the heathen like that. You look at Esau, they're food. Esau's through. This dude ain't gonna win. Bill Gates. The Lord gonna set this guy up forever. Nah, man, they're getting ready to lose. He got them looking exactly how they need to look, doing exactly what they need to do. They're making them fool of themselves for the victory to come to the elect, man. So you gotta believe that and know. Ask the Lord. You gotta ask yourself, is the Lord really gonna let them win? Did I wake up in these latter days for Esau to win? I don't believe that. And I refuse to go to sleep believing that. Every night or every day I think about that. Nah.
I ain't gonna win.
The Lord ain't finna let this nigga win, man.
No, that's right. That's right. So man, Lord willing, that was edifying, man. I love that story. It's good stuff, man. You know, we're gonna say Kahalaw.
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors once again to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to all you brothers and sisters out there pushing the word of sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.